morning, young players. It wouldn't be Friday without a little chat with all of you. Hope you're doing well this week. You know, when I was in Israel, the Holy Land, a little bit more than a month ago, I noticed that at every door there was a little scroll that was nailed to the doorpost. And some observant Jews even wore a little box around their heads. And it was to signify the law of the Lord, right? You know, in the gospel today, we're asked, what is the greatest commandment? And Jesus replies by quoting them back what's called the Shema. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is God, the Lord alone. Therefore you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength. And the second commandment being like the first, that you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Hopefully we know all of those things, but it's so important that we hold those things very close to us. That's why when they're said, you know, keep this always in mind, some of them have actually tied a box around their head. Or when you're coming and going, they want it on the doorpost, you know, of every entrance to every room and house, because we should always remember those great commandments. You know, we talk about so often about having faith and trusting in God. And I think that's especially important now. It's important for every day of our lives, but how much more important is it now when we really have to trust in God, that we should love the Lord our God with everything we have and our neighbor as ourselves, and trust in God for the things we need. So if this time is a time of worry, that we're concerned, that we have a lot of questions, that's okay. But the important things to remember is that God is in charge and he tells us not to worry. And so we're going to follow that advice, right? Pray, don't worry. And remember that the Lord is always inviting us to learn at all times, to learn from everything. You know, whether we're in school or out of school, we still have the opportunity to learn and to grow. And so I hope that this time, even though it might be a little frustrating, not only for you, but for everyone, it could be a time of learning and growth. And so I ask that you continue to do some learning, to pick up a book, to learn from some of the things that you're being sent at home. And to also remember that prayer part, because that's an important thing of what we gather for in school every day. And to remember always what God is inviting you to trust him always, to remember to be calm, to pray, and to remember that we are under his care. God bless you.